Our mission is basically to contribute to the lowering of the price or the cost of energy in Kenya, which is actually the promise that the government has given, and therefore we want to be identified as those players that have actually supported the government. Now, we are driven by our core values of integrity, professionalism, teamwork, and excellence. Our motto is geothermal green energy for Kenya, with a rallying call that is so much in the heart of the CEO that without all of us together, we cannot move. So our motto is together we can. Now, this strategic plan identified a few issues that we have to deal with, and those issues revolve around, of course, we have realized that there is underdeveloped geothermal resources in Kenya, and therefore our main goal on this strategic plan is to increase the capacity of geothermal in Kenya. We have also, as an institution, realized that without finances, without sustainability, and trying to also win ourselves out of government support, we need financial sustainability, and therefore ours is striving hard to achieve that goal. We realized that without stakeholders, our development partners, the ministry, the treasury, and all other stakeholders, we cannot move forward because we have to work in a team. Performance and productivity is very key in achieving this strategic plan, and therefore we are, as an organization, trying and making sure that we increase our capacity, because without the capacity, then we will not achieve what we dream to achieve. In a nutshell, this is exactly what is in this plan for the next 5 years. We intend to work and develop geothermal resources in 6 fields. That is in Paka, Silali, Korosi, Chepchuk, Suswa, Menengai, and Menengai West. We have divided the Menengai into 2 main fields, Menengai the Caldera and Menengai West. Within that period, we hope and plan to commission 3 major power plants. That is 2 in Menengai, for 35 megawatts each, and 1 major one in Paka, 100 megawatts. We also plan to develop about 5 direct use projects, which include captive power and also other direct heat projects. The estimated cost, when we sat down and projected the cost of the budget that we require for this plan, we came up with 102 billion Kenya shillings. Now, all this, sorry, it's going to go back. Yeah, so this plan is looking at drilling a total of 57 wells that will support those programs. Of course, I've said 6 wells, 6 fields, and in total, we hope to connect to the grid about 218 megawatts. We might do more, but this is going to be setting the foundation, and we have an opportunity to review this plan also after 2 years. That is the midterm review. So basically, this is what is contained in the strategic plan. Now, to finance these projects, we intend, or we have calculated and found that we require a total of 105 billion Kenya shillings, and the sources of this financing will range from our steam sales. We hope to increase our steam revenue from the current about 4.6 billion to about 9 billion in the next 5 years. We also hope from those projects that we'll be doing under captive power to bring in investors and be able to at least mobilize about 55 million. We also want to increase our engagement in terms of consultancy and technical services, because we have the capacity and we have the equipment and everything. So one of those streams, revenue streams, will be under consultancy, going to about 1.8 billion in the next 5 years. The government will be also supporting us, we hope, and in as much as we want to be financially sustainable, we still require the support of government even into the 5-year period. Development partners will be key to help us achieve this dream. And when you look at all this, you will realize that this plan is actually anchored a lot on the support of strategic partners. You can actually see the contribution is going into the tune of 12 billion in the next 5 years. So basically, that is how we plan to finance this plan. Yeah, when you compare now the revenue that we project to get versus other support, you realize that our strategic partnerships and the donors and development partners will be key in supporting almost more than 60% of this requirement. And GDC's revenue will be increasing, and we project that in the next 5 years we should be getting up to around 34%, with governments giving us around 4% of the support required. Now, of course, to realize all this, we need to have a proper and robust resource mobilization strategies. And one of those key strategies is to optimize on our stem cells, make sure that we are increasing with the time. We will also be looking at commercializing our direct use applications or projects, because with that we will be able to increase the revenues. Consultancies, as I said before, will play a key role in bringing us revenue to finance these projects. We have the climate financing available now, and we hope to actually leverage on that. And major one is to pursue joint development with other strategic partners. We will, of course, institute very key and very important effective controls and risk management. We will eliminate resource leakages and wastes. We will also improve on efficiency and rely a lot on leverage on technology to make sure that all these resources that we mobilize are actually going to the intended use. Our stakeholders are very key in this process, and we have done a very robust stakeholder analysis. We have identified our major stakeholders, and those listed there are our main, but they are not, this is not the concluded list, but we have a huge list of stakeholders that we think we cannot work without them. And we have put up a strategy where we will be engaging our different stakeholders depending on what we require for them and what support we require, and we intend to work together in the journey of the next 5 years. Now, we cannot do this plan without mentioning our contribution to the government's blueprint in terms of development, and therefore GDC's intention and plan is to be able to support government in terms of bringing down the cost of power, to support our micro, small, and micro enterprises. We will be playing a key role also to support the food security that is the pet of the president. We will be operating in an environment where green growth is the subject, and we will make sure that we help this country to bring down the effects of the climate. And the digital economy is also key in this government. Basically, GDC will be powering the data centers that we have planned in Menengai and other places, and be able to support government in realizing a very robust plan on digital economy. We will not be done without supporting the government in promoting e-mobility, and therefore we see ourselves as key players in making sure that the dream of having vehicles using electricity is achieved in this country, and that electricity is actually affordable. Basically, this is the summary of everything that I have said and that is contained in the document. We are focused on 4 key result areas. That is our geothermal resource development and management, where we will drill, we will manage the resources, and we will have power plants. We shall also be focusing a lot on financial sustainability as an institution to make sure that we have all the resources and the finances to support us in doing achieving the plan. Stakeholder management is very key for us, and organizational capacity in terms of staff, in terms of technology, and in terms of equipment will be key. So we will be working in 6 fields with a budget of 102 billion, financed and hopefully raise about 105 billion, realize 218 megawatts to the grid, and finally, we hope at the end of the 5th year, we will be able to realize a surplus or at least profit of close to 3 billion Kenya shillings. And I think with that, I end my presentation and I thank you.